your investment portfolio doing so far? Are you the one that makes more than 20% return per year, or the one that makes less than 10%? Hi, I'm Jason Lim. 3 years in investment, I'm making a consistent return of 34% year on year. I made this achievement through a strategy I call the Defensive Investment Strategy, DIS. It is a combination of different investment products and tools together with a series of unique execution plans. If 34% ROI sounds like something great to you, can I have the honor to share with you today my favorite technique among the DIS, which I personally think is one of the most practical and easiest to kickstart. In the coming 30 minutes, you will be learning a whole new concept that will totally change your mind and your life. Also, make sure you finish watching this video because at the very end of this video, you'll be receiving a special gift that you wouldn't want to miss that out. So, be sure to finish this video and claim your gift. Now, I'm going to review this powerful strategy that enables me to earn an infinite return, and this tool is none other than property investment. Before I start sharing the method of how property can help you gain an infinite return, I think it is very important for us to set the context right. I must let you know that this is not rocket science, but this is also certainly not a get-rich-quick scheme. You can only make money through property investment if you do it correctly. Risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. Now, I want you to really take some time and really think about your current portfolio. Do you really understand the investments that you are making, and what are the reasons you are buying them? I'm a strong believer of value investing and also Warren Buffett. I've been following his investing rule since day one of my investment journey. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, always remember rule number 1. Learning from my mistakes, I understand that it is really hard for us to gain back the money that we have lost. Today, if you had a 50% loss in your portfolio, you actually need 100% return in order for you to just break even. That's twice the amount of efforts. Because of that, I've spent the past 3 years really focusing on risk management, and I can safely say that the best way for you to protect your wealth is through diversification. Never ever put your eggs into a single basket. If your portfolio only consists of one type of investment, you really need to think of it twice, because you are now risking your entire bucket of gold in a single vehicle. Well, if your investment does well in a single year and you have achieved 100% return, congratulations! But what if there is a major crash happening? I can assure you that your portfolio is going to be a disaster. Alright, back to the topic. So now, why property? First, we need to understand that investment is a game that will accompany us for the rest of our life. In other words, regardless of whether you prefer doing day in day out trade, like it or not, you still have to admit that investment is a long-term game. And what's the best way to know that you are playing in the right game? Of course, it is investing in something that you have confidence enough that it will never disappear after 10, 20, or even 50 years later. Do you agree with me that after 50 years, no matter how our world have evolved, flying cars, metaverse, you name it, we, as a human nature, still need a shelter to stay? Of course we do. Because we know that behind every property investment, it actually lies an underlying asset. So, property has the ability to generate cash flow. For every player in the market, it will always be a win-win game. The rule of property investment is not like some other investments where it's just purely buy low, sell high. In other words, if you make money from the market today, there will be another party who lose the exact same amount, and this is so-called the zero-sum game. And next, it is the extremely powerful one word, leverage. It is the most important word that has impacted my life. And together with my team, we have been putting our focus on really spreading the knowledge on how we can actually leverage on other people's time, resources, and money. We have carried out our programs for many years, and thousands and hundreds of lives have successfully changed, all because they have mastered this single word, leverage. Okay, up until here. Now, you probably have already understood why property is a good investment choice. But you might be still thinking, is this the right timing for you to invest in property now? We all know that there's a saying that goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. Somehow I find it very relatable in real estate investment, because the best time to own a property was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. Literally now, 2022. Let me share with you why. My team and I have been studying the crisis in the market and how it affects the property market in Malaysia. Well, guess what we found? It's nothing surprising really. The history always repeats itself. Like it or not, the property market always follows a pattern. And if I were to draw the pattern in a graph to make it visible, it certainly would look like this. We have recovery, expansion, oversupply, and recession. These are common things that most of you would have known, but what exactly does it mean to the property market? Knowing the economic pattern like this, still, we can't say exactly which phase we are in because we always want to stick back to our rule, which is never time the market. But as we know that when we are in a recession, our government will always put in a lot of effort to boost up the economy, and they know that the fastest way for them to achieve the goal is through property. What they'll do is to ease the restrictions in the property market, encouraging the public to buy properties. Only then the money can flow back into the market. Well, let's zoom into the history. In the 2008 financial crisis, our government reduced the OPR 3 times, making the change from 3.5% to 2%. Based on our research, we can tell that it will take around 2 years for the market to rebound. So we were to compare the past data with the property price, we can actually find out that there was actually a boom in property market in the year 2009 to 2012. Now, for a well-known reason, the whole world is experiencing an economic downturn these 2 years. Have a look at the OPR adjustment. Since 2020, our government lowered the OPR 4 times in just 12 months. And now we are seeing a rate of 1.75%, the lowest ever in the history. And all this easing of restrictions in the property market implemented by the government, it just gives me more confidence that the pattern is correct. Okay, if those figures are too complicated for you, let me explain with you in this way. Let's look at the property interest rate in the year 2015, where we were at the peak of the expansion phase. The effective lending rate at the time was around 4.75%, and if we compare it to 2020, the effective lending rate fell to 3.1%. Don't think it makes a big difference? Well, let me show you. Given that the property price, loan margin and tenure were all kept constant, the 1.6% difference in the interest rate itself will make a 153,000 difference in the total payout. And that is almost 1/3 of the property price difference. So now you know about the investment timing. Now, I'm going to share with you how we can actually do it. Alright, here's what I did 3 years ago. I got to know about this commercial property around Klang Valley with the SPA price of 400,000. Not sure if you know, but in Malaysia, the loan margin from banks for commercial title property can only go up to 85%. So my down payment for this unit will be 15%. And the best part is this. For this particular project, the developer was offering a 47% rebate. Meaning to say that after my loan had been approved and the bank disbursed the loan to the developer, I received the balance of the rebate after deducting the down payment, which is 32% of the SPA price. Yes, I got 128,000 cash in my bank. With that, I spent around 20,000 for the renovation and I have left with 108,000 in my bank account plus a beautifully furnished property. I then roll the 108,000 into other investment vehicles that grows into the capital, which funds me working out the DIS. It certainly means that my money is generating more and more money working for me right now. Don't get too excited, we are not done yet. So, having a property under my name, meaning to say that for each month, I'll have to pay for the loan installment back to the bank. The monthly installment for the loan plus the maintenance fee was around 1,700. And because I didn't choose to buy the property for my own stay, but for the investment purpose, I rented the property out with the monthly rental of 1,800. Now, not only my installment is covered, but I get an extra 100 ringgit cash flowing into my pocket every single month. Okay, so let's look at the other side, which wasn't covered just now, which is the cost side. In order for me to buy this property, I had to place a booking fee of 1,000 ringgit, which was then returned back to me after my loan was approved. That means the total investment that I put into this property was literally zero, no money at all. And right after I got my unit, I had earned straight away 108,000. And the best thing, my monthly installment is being paid by my tenant. So if I were to sell this unit right now, my last check on the market value was 2 months ago and it was selling at 400,000. That would mean, deducting all the costing, I would easily get back 180,000 profit. With the cash I got 3 years ago, I have made a total of 280,000 without even putting a single dollar in. Well, I know the numbers might be a little bit confusing to you, but all you need to understand is this. No investment needed while making 280,000 profit in 3 years. And that is what we call infinite return. To prove to you that this really works right here, right now, let me share with you another property that I'm recently studying at. SPA price 430,000, residential title, so the bank can give out a maximum of 90% loan. Leveraging on our resources, we are entitled for a 28% rebate. Same thing, offsetting the 10% down payment and the rebate, I can now get a cash back of 18% of the SPA price, which is now equivalent to 77,000. The total renovation cost is around 27,000, meaning to say that there will be a net cash of 50,000 flowing into my pocket. While at the costing side, installment is around 1,800, but the rental can easily go up to 2,400, which gives me a positive cash flow of 600 every single month. Not to mention, this property is located in an area which has extremely optimistic growth potential. Okay, as I promised you, it is not rocket science. But here's a rule of thumb. In my defensive investment strategy, I always strengthen this concept, which is do not consume too much of your cash flow when buying a property. If you understand very well how the game of money really works, cash flow can literally help you gain more and more return. So up until here, I guess you only have either these two types of feeling. The first type, you are completely being blown out of your mind. And if that's so, then I think I've achieved my objective at the beginning of this video. Congratulations, you are now one step closer to achieving your financial goal. Or you might be the second type, thinking that, is this really possible? Well, if this is you, all I can answer you is, if you think this is impossible, then this is really impossible for you. Okay, so now we are almost reaching the end of this video. I believe you have 3 options ahead of you right after you press this close button. First option, you choose to do exactly nothing. And that means repeating your life in the rat race, going back to your daily routine, doing your best in climbing the corporate ladder, hoping to earn more income while at the same time expecting some gold nuggets to appear and drop in front of you. Probably you'll start taking actions by doing your own research, watching on multiple YouTube videos, each talking on the methods on mastering the game of property. Well, I'm not judging you that this is the wrong way, but do you agree with me that probably you have a more lumpy journey as you can only learn and gain from your past mistakes and experience? What if, I'm just saying that, what if you have an opportunity to ride on a smooth highway? Would you grab the opportunity? Your life will be on a fast track as you can get the chance to leverage on other people's knowledge and expertise. So, here's the gift that I promised to deliver to you. Here's a but. This gift is not for everyone. It's only for those who are really eager to change your current life and are willing to take massive action in order to achieve your goal. Here is it. We are now giving out 252 packs of 1 hour one-on-one financial planning consultation with the financial and real estate investment experts from my team. This service itself will cost you 499 ringgit, but because of the collaboration with Wealth Assembly, we are able to get this special offer to you. As you can see, we are only giving out 252 packs for free, and it is really limited. So, if you are not really keen about it, please keep this opportunity to those who really want it. Okay? So, if you are really interested in getting this free consultation, scan this QR code or you may copy the link and paste it on your browser. Here's what it will look like after you go into the link. You will have to fill in some simple details of yours, click on the submit button, and that's all. Our team will be in touch with you within a week. We have reached the end of my sharing. I hope that this sharing has given you a lot of insights and added some value to you and your investment strategy. Wish you the very best of luck. Happy investing!